Hey golf people, I'm back in North Tampa. Edwin Watts here, where I go shopping all the time. All right, so here's the story now. I've got a 3-wood that I hit maybe 230, 235, sometimes off the tee like 240, 245. The Sim 2 is what's in my bag right now, and that 4-iron I can hit anywhere from 200 to 210. So right now I've got a gap that I cannot fill. I've got a 205 club, let's say, and a 235 club, and I need something that will fill that gap. So I'm here shopping, and we're gonna see if we can find something. The loft of my 3-wood is 14.5 degrees with the ping, and I can actually turn that up or down a few degrees. And my Sim 2 is at 19 degrees, so ideally I'd like to find something about 17, 18 degrees and see if we can squeak out a few more yards. Now, if you've been in a golf shop anytime this year, you probably know that there's been a huge shortage. So our options might be a little bit more limited. We might not be able to get the perfect club or the perfect shaft based on what's here for me to demo and try out. And that's just what life is like in 2021 with so many new people that have gotten into golf. It's awesome. I'm so happy to see all these new players out there, but the flip side is getting some of that gear you want is a little bit harder, but they have a great selection here, so I'm gonna look around here and see what we can find. Now, we've got these utility irons, but the problem with the utility irons are these really wide soles. It just doesn't work great out in the rough or even in the fairway. It really works great off the tee, but just a little bit harder for me to hit. Especially, I'd love to be able to use this even out of like a fairway bunker. And as much as I like these powerful driving irons, for my uses, it's just not the most versatile option. 5-wood, I don't think is an option because usually you're looking at about 22 degrees, so I don't think that one would work as well. So we're gonna go hybrid shopping. They're not making a hybrid in the Epic line at the moment, but we do have the Apex line that we can choose from, so we'll take one of these. They've got a 2 hybrid, which is perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and take a Sim 2, which is my driver. I love the Sim 2. Now they don't have a 2 hybrid, so we'll take a 3 hybrid in the Sim 2 family. Ping has gotta be a contender because I play a Ping 3-wood. Ping does have a 2 hybrid, so we're gonna find a 2 hybrid here that we can hit. And last but not least, we're gonna go to Titleist. The TSi3 line would be good, and we're gonna get a hybrid there, all right? First club up here, Callaway Apex. This is actually a 2 hybrid, 18 degrees. We've got it set at 18 degrees. All the shafts we're using today are very comparable. This one happens to be a Catalyst 70 gram. Is that it's a stiff shaft, right?
That's a stiff.
Stiff. Confirmed.
So the Callaway Apex, everything seemed to be going just a little bit right. You can see that I pushed that one. It kind of snapped right there up at the top. I don't know if that's the simulator or if that's the actual shot shape. I have a feeling, you know, maybe that wasn't exactly what it would have looked like, but everything was pushing right there. In terms of the look and feel of the club, it felt pretty good. I'd probably put that in the middle of the pack. In terms of looks, this is probably like the thinnest in terms of the top line of this club, so I do like that. Here's a one really good one I hit here towards the end. It had a little baby draw to it, even though it was right of target, and we got a little bit more distance eked out of that one. But all in all, seemed a little bit low distance-wise.
Everything went right.
It did. It sure did.
I need a new weapon, Wade. Let's go.
What are you feeling?
Let's go Ping.
Okay.
All right.
I like the look of this Ping because it reminds me, you know, on my hybrid I use the old Epic hybrid. I like the look of a little more sustenance below me than these smaller little pinhead looks, right?
Yeah,
you know, so
I agree.
I'm curious to see how that does.
Okay.
Let it rip.
Now this is the club I probably felt the most comfortable with, and I've got to think that has to do with the fact that I'm gaming the G425 3-wood at the moment. Right off the bat there, pretty nice shot. A little bit of a draw there, but right of target, as all of these are also going right of target. And this one is a counterbalance shaft. I really like the counterbalance shaft on my 3-wood. Stiff shaft like all the ones we're testing here today, but these Alta CB shafts are really nice. Again though, that's going a little bit right of target. The distance seems to be a little bit down. I'm not even carrying it quite to 200. In fact, that one was what, 190? So a little disappointing there.
Okay, we're gonna switch over here. Next up's the Titleist TSi3.
Now what you're seeing is actually day 2 of my testing. I took these clubs out 2 days prior, and this was the club that off the bat, I liked the best. And once again here, it seemed to be performing. You can see I almost carried it 200 there, 198, rolled down to 215. That's a little bit lower trajectory, and I found that the TSi3 seemed to be a little bit lower throughout the day. It didn't go out on the stats when we looked at it, but it's a nice trajectory. You can see I had a nice draw there. First ball of the entire day that actually went left of target, just barely, pretty much right down the center line.
I'm really liking the TSi3.
Now, in addition to the performance really being there, and there's another really good shot, the feel was there. I really liked the classic looks of it, and it felt great coming off the club.
Still not getting quite the distance I really want out of it, though, to be quite honest with you. I'd like to see that, like I said, I need to get this out to like 225. Even with the roll, we're only getting to about 215 max. I don't know, guys. What do you think? All right, next up is going to be our last club of the day, Sim 2.
Now the Sim 2 is the current irons I'm using, as well as now the current driver I'm using, so I expected to have really good results with the hybrid, although as you can see that first one pushed out a little bit right again and distance was down, so I had very similar results with the 3-wood, just did not get along with the Sim 2 3-wood line, and it seems like it's carrying over here to the hybrids. Again, this was day 2 of my testing, and I saw very similar results on day 1 as well. I will say the Sim 2 clubs feel really good. They feel really solid at impact. I think they look really good, although I guess that's debatable. Some people hate the way that the Sim 2 looks, but I really like the way it looks when you look down at it. It's still got that classic look on top. Underneath, it's looking a little bit more wild, but shot shape there. You know, I like the trajectory. I like everything about it. It's just that distance is down, and I've got to get more distance. It's very forgiving, just like the entire Sim 2 line on mishits. It's a very forgiving club. One last shot here for good measure. A little bit better. We're squeaking out a few more yards there. Finally hit one left of target with the Sim 2, but man, yeah, 209 just not going to cut it.
The two best feeling clubs to me were the Titleist TSi3 and the Sim 2. The ping feels pretty good, but that sound is very tough, but I've been getting used to it because I've got this 3-wood here as well. We'll start here with carry distance, okay? Total carry, and this is with some good shots, some not so great shots. I'm leaving everything in here right now because that's real life, right? 190 with the Apex. We're up to 192 with the ping, 192 with the TSi3, and 184 with the Sim 2, okay?
Interesting.
If we go to total distance, this is with the rollout, 206 with the Apex, 215 with the ping, and 210 with the TSi3, which is nice, and 206 with the Sim 2. Okay, so now let's take a look at the spin numbers here. All these are spinning pretty close, 3,300 RPMs, give or take. It looks like Sim 2, 3,352, TSi3, 3,315, 3,382 for the PING G425, and the most spinny of them all is the Apex at 3,839, which is pretty nice to see. Maybe hold an extra green there. We've got swing speed here, 86.3 with the Apex. Ping came in at 88, 85.6 with the TSi3, and 87.6 there with the Sim 2. So with the swing speed down a little bit with the TSi3, still going tie for first, which is nice, right?
Yeah. And
rollout for some reason, but you know, it's how much can we trust rollout on a simulator?
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
Just ask this guy.
Yeah.
You know, that can be a little bit off at times. So I'm really looking more at total carry there. I gotta say, over the course of 2 days testing this, and this is now my second day, of these 4, I absolutely would buy the TSi3 personally for my game and what I'm seeing, the feel. I like the looks of the club. Titleists always have a very classic look to their clubs anyways. And obviously the results is what really matters, and when it's bearing out. So it feels the best, looks the best coming off the club, and the stats are showing that as well.
Yeah.
Still though, it's just not where I need to be. So I don't think I'm going to be walking away today with any of these clubs, but it was really fun to go through this process, and I hope you enjoyed it and got something out of it as well. If you've got any questions, leave me a comment down below. Happy to answer them and tell you what I saw. You know, again, supply and demand issues. I wish I could swing all these clubs with the exact same shaft. Just today it wasn't possible, and we had to use the 3 hybrid with the Sim 2, so I would like to get a Sim 2 hybrid. A Sim 2 hybrid, that's a mouthful. We'll see if we can get our hands on one. One way or the other, I'm not making a final decision or determination today. other than saying that if all things, if I walked into the store
Sure.
and had to buy something, I'd be walking out with the TSi3. Okay guys, so today we're not gonna be walking away with anything, unfortunately. The chase goes on. If you've got ideas or a club that you think I should try out that can fill that gap for me, let me know down in the comments. I'd love to find out. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, just give me a like. That really helps the channel. And I'll catch you back here very soon on another edition of Let's Play Through.